Somerset began their new Yorkshire YB40 competition by thrashing the Unicorns by 8 wickets with a remarkable 147 balls remaining at Taunton. Batting first after losing the toss, the Unicorns wanted to make the most of a good strip under the warm sunshine in the West Country. But they lost Lewis Hill in the 5th over as he tried to press on, only to punch a ball from Peter Trigo to a well-placed Max Waller. Trigo then struck again in the 7th over, a well-disguised slower ball proving to be too good for Michael O'Shea, who was LBW with the total on 32 for 2 after 7. Former Surrey man Tom Lansfield batted well for his 42-ball 38, but after 15 overs he knew that he had to get on with things, and in trying to do so he edged Craig Mershady behind. Scott Alston is a man who made a name for himself as an England substitute fielder at Trent Bridge a couple of years back. Released by Notts at the end of last season, he was looking to impress, and that's just what he did with some fine shots which kept his side going along nicely. At the halfway stage of their innings, the Unicorns had a score of 87 for 3 on the board, but they lost their way when Gary Park swept Waller out to Alphonso Thomas to go for 22. Before, in the next over, the former Somerset man Keith Parsons failed to celebrate his 40th birthday last week by edging Mershady behind to go for a duck and to leave his side on 99 for 5. The wickets had come at just the wrong time for the Unicorns, and they now had to regroup with Elston and Anurin Norman. They couldn't afford to take too many risks as they tried to post a competitive total, although Elston did pass 50 from 63 balls. Just before he got there, he was involved in the run-out of Norman, who gave the former Nottinghamshire man a little glare after being sold a dummy. Thomas supplied the throw. Robert Woolley fell in the next over, the 37th, inside edging an attempted big hit to give Trigo a catch at mid-wicket off Lewis Gregory. So it was left to Elston to try to get his side upwards of 200, a score which they would have hoped would prove a challenge to Somerset. He was, in the end, left high and dry on 75. Paul Hindmarch, the last man to fall in the last over off the bowling of Thomas, as the Unicorns scraped a total of 183 for 8 on the board. And that proved to be about 200 too few, the way that Trigo and Marcus Trescothick went after their bowling right from the start of the Somerset innings. After taking only 5 runs off the first 2 overs, both batsmen started to express themselves rather too easily. If they weren't smashing 4s, they were hitting 6s, as Somerset raced to 91 without loss in 9 overs, the game already a one-sided mismatch. After a rather indifferent start to their county championship campaign, this was just what the doctor ordered for them and their supporters, of which there were many in the ground. The 10th over of the innings was one that Josh Poisden will want to forget. 2 dot balls were followed by 4 successive 6s, which saw Trescothick race past his partner Trigo to the 50 mark. The third of those maximums saw the Somerset skipper raise his bat after facing only 36 balls. 5 4s and 4 6s have been included in that. And a 5th maximum followed next ball, the leg spinner going for 24 in the over, as Somerset moved on to 115 without loss after 10. Unsurprisingly, Poisden was removed from the attack and replaced by the former Derbyshire player Park. Not that it made any difference, as Trescothick hit him for 2 4s and then added 3 more back-to-back 6s, as this was becoming a little embarrassing for the side made up of up-and-coming players and those who've been rejected by counties in the past. Park's 1 over cost 27. Trigo had reached his own 50 off just 25 balls, and yet another 4 now took Somerset to the 150 in only the 13th over. So there was some surprise when Trescothick was out, for once failing to clear the boundary to give Hindmarch a wicket. Trescothick was out for an exhilarating 87 made from only 49 balls with 7 4s and 8 6s. Hindmarch had reason to smile as he removed Josh Butler for a golden, the England man pulling him out to Lansfield on the fence. But Somerset strolled to a comprehensive win, Trigo adding more boundaries to end on 75 from 38 balls. The margin of victory was an emphatic 8 wickets, with the win coming in just the 16th over of the reply. Had they batted first in this form, they probably would have got beyond 400. Middlesex may prove a tougher opposition for them in their next game on May the 19th.